guys, this is Sarah from the Bag Lady NWA is who I am on Facebook. Here I am Sarah's Crafton. Sorry, it's going to take me a while to get rid of that. I am super frustrated. I almost want to put a video up with my head exploding. I've been trying to get this video done since Sunday and haven't succeeded yet. So, but anyway, we'll see if this one works. Today, I have some plans for the stitching part of the page, and but I wanted to preface it with a few book reviews of things that of titles that I really like. I'm old school. I like to touch it and feel it, have something I can look at, not have to, fiddle with it and replay and all that kind of stuff. So, I use those usually to download a good crisp stitch diagram, but for eye candy and picking out stitches and that type of thing, I like to have it right in front of me. So, I have been very fortunate that I lived in an area. Actually, I lived where the Fleet Shop store was of half-price books, and most of my private library has come from there. And even when I moved away from Dallas, I still went down there for market, and I would come home with a stack of books like that. Their book area is extremely well stocked with different craft titles and that kind of thing. So I have a couple that I do not have in stock right at the moment. If you are into open work, Hadebo, Montmelic, cut work, anything along that line, one of the best books that I have ever run across on that subject is called The Open Canvas from Carolyn Ambuter. I don't believe it's in print anymore, but I still run across it in bookstores. Half Price Books carries used and new books, so a lot of times you can track down something there. And the preeminent person to go to for crewel work, which is what I started out with, my grandmother did when I was a kid, is Elsa Williams. And her books are old. They look old. They look like they were made in the 60s. They were made in the 60s. But they are excellent. They have excellent stitch diagrams, information about crewel, etc. She's like preeminent in that field. But as far as just good, solid stitch recommendations, I have a couple for you today, and I always try to keep these in my shop when I had them. The first one is Stitch Dictionary. These are both from DK Publishers, which I believe is out of England. They are extremely well written and well illustrated. This one is just a basic stitch diagram, eye candy type of thing that you can go through, and they give you, this is what I particularly like about it, they give you actually stitched pieces so that you can see what it's going to look like, and then as you get down the line, you have well written, illustrated diagrams of the stitch. And you would have no problem following them. There are some different techniques in here, open work and hem stitching and smocking, I believe, and it's just a good across the board needlepoint embroidery stitch diagrams. So if you are of the mind that you want to explore a little bit, the main thing I would recommend if you invest in a stitch library is to go through and just pull out a couple of pieces of fabric and canvas and just play with the stitches and see which ones you like and uh, what you want to add to your repertoire. I will be doing a stitch sampler later on. I'm still developing it, but it's going to be my favorite stitches with probably 10 or 15. Um, this is another one that I particularly liked. Again, it is DK. And the same thing. They give you a swatch with it done in color. And then as you get down the line, you get step-by-step instructions for the stitch. And it is very comprehensive. They're about on the par. The other one is probably my favorite, but I think it's just the stitches that are in it. This one has Bargello. It has open work. It has smocking. I think it even has chicken scratch. I can't remember for sure right now, but covers beadwork. Has a real good section on what you need as far as tools. Talks about different fibers, how to pick a needle, scissors, just across the board. Even talks about different fabrics and needles, different types of canvas, hoops, frames, how to use beads, how to transfer a pattern. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, and it is very nicely done. This is open work. The ammeter book that I talked about, the thing I liked most about that is she starts very basic and then works you through chapters. So if you started with a technique at the beginning of the book, and then just picked and chose as you went along, you would have a very good grounding in different open work techniques. Or you could go straight to, if you're doing a radicchio design, you can go straight to that area. There are a lot of books out there. There's little flip things, that you could just throw in your stitch book, that kind of thing. I'm not downplaying what's out there, and it's free. There's tons of stuff that's free out there. But sometimes it's just really nice to have a book. And there are a lot of books out there that are just eye candy. They're not really usable. You're just flipping through looking at pretty pictures. But these two are particularly good. The other two that I mentioned are particularly good. If you get a chance, if you live in a college town, you might very well have a half-price book. But if you get a chance to go to a bookstore and can sit, and I used to spend hours. The Fleet store had, probably 20-foot long stacks, and they were 6 feet high, and they were filled with different books. And I would just, pull this one down and leaf through it, pull this one down, leaf through it. The coolest thing I ever found was a reproduction of the original needlework book, written in German, that was from the 1500s. And I just couldn't resist it, So I don't know if I'll ever use it, but, it's cool. So anyway, that's really what I wanted to talk about tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to get this one downloaded so you guys have something to look at this week. I am planning to do a counted canvas work with different stitches and work you through some of the ones that I particularly care for. And I'm going to do a comparison of Victorian cross stitch and basket weave, both done on canvas. Victorian cross stitch is a canvas stitch that's worked a lot like cross stitch. but it makes sense if you started out doing cross stitch. I used to do my teaching and take them from cross stitch to canvas with that stitch. The biggest advantage to it is it doesn't distort the canvas, and they teach a joining technique that is incredible. You can't tell when you're done with it that it has been joined. But anyway, the kits are beautiful. They're expensive, but they are beautiful. If you are into needlework and have never gotten exposed to them, check them out because they are incredible. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk to you about today. I do want to encourage you to let me know what you would like me to talk about. I've been crafting for years and years and years and years, and I've probably done it all. If I haven't, I'm sure I can figure it out. So, you know, I just want to pass on what I know and expose you to different things and have some fun with it. So, come back and see me. If you like this, give me a like. Give me a, if you're of the mood, I would love for you to subscribe. Um, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day. Be safe for the Easter holidays, and we'll talk at you again. Bye bye.